I have spent thousands of dollars on high-end Windows machines, RTX 4070 laptops, custom gaming PCs, and yet the most reliable computer I've ever owned is a 6-year-old Apple M1 Max. That shouldn't make sense at all. It sounds wrong, but after using all of them, this one truth keeps coming back. Apple released the M1 back in 2020 in November, and whether you love Apple or hate them, that chip did something no one expected. It did not just compete, it embarrassed an entire industry. And about a year ago, I made a switch I never thought I would ever make. I moved from Windows to Mac for the very first time in my life. And before the comments turn into a civil war, let me say this clearly. I love Windows. Windows is home for me. It's the operating system that I learned on, the operating system that I gamed on, the operating system that I built PCs for, tweaked, overclocked, broke, and fixed again. But over the last few years, something has changed. Windows started feeling less like a tool and more like a project. Software instability became normal, updates started breaking workflows, drivers would randomly act up. And the worst part is the blue screen of death never disappeared. It just became more disrespectful. It never showed up when I was chilling. It always showed up when I was working. Exporting, rendering, deep into a deadline, that kind of stress adds up, to be honest. And now here's the thing. I wasn't using cheap machines at all. My last laptop was an Asus Zephyrus G16 32GB of RAM and an RTX 4070 GPU. That's not a weak laptop, guys. That's a flex. Before that, I built a full custom gaming PC, high-end parts, proper cooling, the war enthusiast experience. And yeah, I still own it. It's probably somewhere right now, quietly reminding me how much money I spent and collecting dust. But on paper, those machines destroy my current laptop. No debate. But in real-world daily use, they felt heavy, loud, unpredictable. Meanwhile, this machine, an M1 Max MacBook Pro with 64GB of RAM, has been the most boring computer I've ever owned. And I mean that as the highest compliment. It has no crashes, no fan noise trying to escape the room, random slowdowns after updates. It just works. So the question that I keep getting asked is the M1 still worth it in 2026? And if you want a one-word answer, you are not going to like this, because it's a yes and a no. Let's start with the part that annoys a lot of people, the yes. For actual professional work, video editing, software development, UI or UX design, music production, content creation, the M1 is still shockingly capable. Not because it's the fastest, but because it's consistent. Performance doesn't drop when you unplug it. Battery life doesn't fall apart after 6 months. Fans don't spin up just because you opened a browser tab. I can close the lid, leave it for days, open it again, and continue exactly where I left off. That sounds like a basic expectation, but if you've used enough Windows laptops, you know how rare that feels. Now, let's talk about the no, because pretending this chip is perfect would be dishonest. If you're buying an M1 brand new in 2026 at anything close to its original price, that's a bad decision. Apple has moved on. Developers are optimizing for newer chips, and certain workloads, especially GPU-heavy tasks and gaming, have clearly outgrown it. And let's be honest for a second. Gaming on Apple Silicon is still rubbish. Better than before, sure, but if gaming is your priority, Windows is still the king. No debate about it. But here's the part that people skip over. If you can find an M1 Pro or M1 Max used or refurbished at the right price, you're getting one of the best value professional machines available today. Not because it wins benchmarks, but because it gives you something rare in tech. Peace of mind. And that's the real difference between Windows and Mac in 2026. Windows gives you control, freedom, flexibility, and Mac gives you focus. I did not switch because Apple is trending. I didn't switch because I suddenly hate Windows. I switched because I got tired of troubleshooting instead of creating. Windows will always have my respect. It's still unbeatable for certain things, but in 2026, a 6-year-old M1 Mac is still out here quietly embarrassing newer, louder, more powerful machines by simply doing its job. And that's the only thing that we care about. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, bye for now.